Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. And we are here to preview that big game over the weekend on Sunday, 2 p.m. kickoff between Chelsea and West Ham. But before we even get into that news, we've got some new owner breaking news, new owner news that we're going to be delving into as we speak as well. So much to talk on that as well. Some little tweets that have been coming out of the last 10, 15, 20 minutes in and around the new owners of Chelsea. So we've got all of that to start with, and then we'll go into the preview, and then we'll open the lines, and then we'll get the panel in. But we need to share it. We need to share this now. Share this on your socials. Smash the like button. Do everything you can, because let's try and spread this word on YouTube. Get as many people involved in the chat. Big up everyone that's already here already as well. But you know what time it is? Before we even move forward, let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV, and we have some big news. Some news that I have, been keeping behind, but news that's becoming more certain as we go on into regards to the new owners. So we're going to be talking about the new owners to start with, and then we're going to delve into the game as well. But some little bits are starting to slowly creep out the woods. A little bit of more of like a clarification as to, will it be done today? Will it be done to next week? Some people seem to think it may already even be done. Maybe. We're going to talk about all that now. We're going to talk all about this new owner news as we speak. But big up everyone that's in the chat already. RD's in the house. He says, back Pulisic. Here he is. The Pulisic lover is back. About dribblers like Pulisic, we ain't winning shit. I don't even want to talk about Pulisic right now, but we'll talk about him a bit later. So, big up to you, man. Nice to see you in the house. Concierge of crime. My guy Raymond, big up to him. Hope you are well. CFC Steven, man, big up to you. My guy as well. Nice to see you. M3, big up to you, man. Big up to you. Big win needed on the weekend. I give 3 years to see what new owners are going to do with us, and then I will judge. Yeah, like I said to you guys, it's not about the now. It's about the future, and that's what we're going to talk about before we talk about the game. The new owners. What do we know up to this point? Big up to AK as well in the house, my man. Nice to see you. I hope you are well. But let's get into the thick of this, because today on Twitter, there was a couple of little break-ins popping out the doors, shall we say. Break-ins out the doors. It started off with CFC Pies, who came out and said the decision on Chelsea's new owners could come today. But bidders this morning were anticipating to wait until next week. It is believed that the final bids topped 3 billion. So the final bids to get it across the line have topped around 3 billion. That was reported by James Robson, of a football writer for The Standard, along with Standard Sport. There it is as well. So that's the first bit of news we got there, is that we were all prepared that next week would have been the day that we find out about new owners. But now it's being told that it could be as today. I actually think the new owner's been picked already. I think special licensing's been put forward as well. And we're going to talk a bit about that in a second. I've got really itchy nose today. I don't know why. It's annoying me. It's really annoying me. Big up to my boy Andreas in the house as well. He's saying that he's hearing that Todd Bowley and his consortium, consisting of Swiss billionaire Hans-Georg Wyss and British businessman Jonathan Goldstein, are now increasingly confident that their bid is favoured to be approved. That is what he's hearing. That's from his source as well. Big up to Andreas as well. Got a lot of time for him. Does get a lot of things right, to be fair to him as well. And he's growing in the community. It's becoming more and more noticed as well. So big up to Andreas in the house. But, Todd Bowley seems like he is the front runner of what's going on today. So, let's see what people say in the chat. Big up to Sosa, man. 3 billion. So we're building the new stadium when? Yeah, literally. Well, that new stadium thing will have to be... They'll have to get on with that sooner rather than later anyway, Sosa. It's not something they're going to leave for a couple of years. The idea of what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, and et cetera, is something that we're going to have to wait and see on. We have got some more news that I'm going to share with you guys as well in regards to the new owners, and it keeps all swinging in the way of Mr. Todd Bowley. Big up to Dexter. Says we're starting to move this along. So a Premier League director's test to go through, but hopefully it's enough for Rudy to extend his decision. I don't. I think that they're well ahead than what we think. Big up to Dominic as well in the house. I think that the status of where we stand in terms of new owners at this football club, I feel that we are further ahead than what we even know. I wouldn't be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked as to know that there is a winner. I think that the government have already been approached for special licensing. I think they've probably approved this new owner. I think there's more to this scenario than what's being told, and look, that don't surprise me because that's the way these things work, right? We're always a couple weeks behind in the news. Some tier one journalists and that will know the status of what's happened and who it is, but they've been, being tied to contracts. They're probably not allowed to share as much information as possible, and that's why we get spoon fed. But you need to read it into detail. And obviously, Nicola Anfield came out with a comment at 11:34 today saying Chelsea. It's been almost 2 months since a Blick revealed that purchase intentions of Hans Jorge Viss and Todd Bowley. The sale process is now nearing its end, and the Swiss American takeover of Chelsea FC seems imminent. Hearing that Weiss and Bowley are very confident. Now, in my eyes, the way they're wording this and the way that they're explaining it is that Bowley's won. But rather than just saying it's Bowley's because of, you know, um, whatever reasons, Chelsea Football Club not wanting to release it yet or whatever, or the government still got to sign off on a certain etc. things, whatever. Premier League need to agree, which I think the Premier League agreeing to this new owner thing ain't going to take too long for them to do anyway. I feel that this new owner thing is probably well ahead than from what we understand, but it seems like there's more and more news coming out in regards to around the new owners, and it seems to be like that Todd Bowley's group consortium seems to be getting a lot of like good steers, should we say, a lot of goodness going on in and around it, and I always thought it would be Todd Bowley. As soon as the Ricketts were kicked out, I still felt it would happen. There was talks about Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams under the Sir Martin Broughton group being involved heavily as well. That is true. Lewis Hamilton came out today in a press conference for his race down at Imola this weekend and basically said that it's confirmed. Like, yeah, I'm interested. I've put a bit of money in. We're trying to get involved in this. However, I do feel that we're well past this. I do. And I do feel that the Chelsea hierarchy, Rain Group, have and should have by now picked the winner. And if the bids are like they're supposed to say over that 3 billion status, apparently the bids have been increased to that of Regent, should we say, even a little bit more than that, which was yet to find out as well. Then I think that we're probably looking for an announcement of some kind, which could happen later today, which Pies is saying, but if not, early next week. It's just how quick are they going to announce it? And I don't think there's much to wait around on, if that makes sense as well. But what are your thoughts in the chat, guys? As we already know, now I've already just told you guys that Todd Bowley seems to be getting a lot of fire. Todd Bowley seems to be getting a lot of fire at the moment in terms of being a favourite and imminent takeover, etc., etc. We've also been told that from Pies that a takeover. I'm just talking to someone at the same time. We're already seeing that Pies has already said that a takeover confirmation could be as earlier as today. If it's not as early as today, it will go into next week. Messaging someone that I'd like to have got to come on and talk about this news for us, but it's fine. It's fine. We can do it. Yeah. So yeah, it's good news. It's good news as of we speak. Sorry, I'm just talking at the same time. So yeah, sorry guys. So yeah, it's all good news in regards to new owners. We could have it announced very soon. So once that does happen, I will look to bring on some people to talk about the in depths of the new owner, maybe the process of the bidding. Maybe we'll learn a lot more about this in the early time soon. But I think we're gonna find it out soon. This is what people say. Thanks God rickets. Thank God we dodged a bullet with the rickets. 100%. I agree. Big up to Chelsea fan in the house. Seppa's nice to see you as well. Sosa, Gem, the 3 billion will go to the club, right? The 3 billion will, from what I understand, be frozen and just sit there until obviously Roman Abramovich's sanctionings get pulled away. What the government do with that money within that time, I don't know whether they will try and keep it. I feel that Roman Abramovich will, in his own self, want to fight for that type of money. It's a lot of money. Do you know what I mean? Money that either he will feel that he deserves after what he's built over 20 years, which can happen. So Laurie says, can we all agree that N'Golo is not a DM? I mean, we're going to get to Chelsea West Ham next and the team news and the lineups and whatever. I know Thomas Tuchel's doing a press conference today at 1:30, so maybe we can try while we're live to catch that as well. Dexter says, no, I don't think this is the start of our downfall. Tuchel is too good, just needs the time to build our squad. Yet, back the manager, and that's what the new owners do. Big up to Carefree in the house as well. What about the Saudis? Saudis, from what we understand, are gone, mate. They were gone a while ago, should we say. What else have we got here? I don't know why they are taking this long. When we already know that it's going to be them Todd people. It feels like that, doesn't it? You know, it feels like it's going to be Todd Bowley. And the news that's coming out more and more today seems to be that he's very confident. And if you're very confident, then you must have been told something. Whether it's a Chelsea hierarchy or a Rain Group confirming that they've made it to the final stage and now it's just passed in the government stuff, that could be happening. I personally feel that the government special licensing has already been done. I feel like it's possibly been approved. And I feel now that it's probably down to the Premier League as well to get involved to agree, which I think they probably would have done as well. There's no reason why they wouldn't. So there's not much to wait for. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, how long does it take for a takeover to kick in? I don't know. How long will it take Chelsea to announce Todd Bowley as the new owner, if it is Todd Bowley? I don't know. But I don't expect it to be dragged out. You know, we're coming to the real end of this bidding war or bidding saga, should we say. Yeah, they were out 2 months ago. Gabriel, big up to you. It's definitely going to be Bowley, is what he's saying. Well, it eventually could be years. That's the thing, isn't it? Depending on what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. And it seems to be a thing of that there's still a lot happening out there between them as well. Thomas Tuchel needs to be taught the culture of Chelsea. We don't accept excuses when we look. Listen, I don't think what Thomas Tuchel said was the right thing to have said, to be honest, in regards to the pitch. And that's something that surprised me, really, because he's been so good in front of the media. You know, I think he's just trying to protect the player, personally. But there's only so much he can protect, you know. Feels like ages, but this is the biggest transaction in the world of football ever. When we were buying a building in London for 500 million, the due diligence alone took 6 months. This has been quicker than normal, and I think the reason it's been quicker than normal is to do with the football club. The football club cannot, unfortunately, not have a new owner and trade and be able to run normally without having the owner's fundings. And to have the owner's fundings, it's going to need a decision made quicker. Hence why I think the government may, and the word that we haven't heard in a while is fast track the whole procedure. Now, I think this will be should be. Where are we in April? End of May is when the license for the sanctioning expires against us. I think we would have the new owner announced probably soon. How long it takes to get it agreed and signed and for the government to actually release us from these sanctionings is yet to be seen. But, you know, this could all happen quick. This could be all fast tracked because, as the government have clearly said, once the owner has been determined, then these things Chelsea can pretty much go back to normality, shall we say. So there's a lot still waiting in the wings. George, I suspect the prestige remain frozen. Eventually funds can be transferred to charity foundation that Roman sets up. I don't know, mate. I really not too sure. Get rid of Marina and Buck. Well, from what we understand, new owners want Marina to stay, but they've left it as her decision before they think about looking at a new sporting director. So let's see what happens with that. Todd Bowley wants Paul Mitchell as director of football at Chelsea. He's a smart man. Paul Mitchell, yeah, you know, someone that is very good at his job. It just depends on Marina. If she wants to stay, if she wants to go, what's she going to do? We are the biggest club in the world. No other club has been bought for the kind of money up to Chelsea. And that's true. Currently, officially as we stand, We are the biggest deal in sporting events at the moment. Biggest deal of ever. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm just trying to see if there's any more news before we get straight into the game because we're here to talk about the game anyway. What is this? I'm just reading the same. Oh, they're talking about something else. That is completely nothing to do with that. Like I said to you guys, Lewis Hamilton did announce today that he is a part of the consortium of Sir Michael Brown as well. So that's something that I know some people, not most of the Chelsea fan base, are not happy about. Some are okay with it and see no issues with it as well. But us moaning about him being an Arsenal fan is a little bit hypocritical when Todd Bowley has a Spurs fan in his consortium. I think we just need to accept that there may be that one owner that don't support the football club. Interesting stuff in regards to Romelu Lukaku, which is quite interesting. We can quickly look at Romelu Lukaku news, moving away from the bids as we stand. But if anything breaks in regards to the bids from now while I'm live, I'll keep you updated on that with any breaking. But as we understand, as early can you guys see me? Am I gone? Am I looking at myself here? Hello? Guys, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. I just this Virgin Wi-Fi is absolute joke. Am I back? Can you see me? Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't know what happened. I don't know why it does that. It's annoying. It winds me up. Big up to everyone that's still holding on. Thank you for staying. Sorry about that technical issue, but it does happen, unfortunately, once in a blue moon. But going back to what I was saying, thank you. Yeah, try and restart. I know it's a nightmare. So I went to mention Lukaku. I cut out. Virgin Wi-Fi, mate. I'm telling you, absolute annoyance. Absolute annoyance. Winds me up. I don't ever have problems with my Wi-Fi ever. All of a sudden, all this starts happening. I'm just like, I've got people banging on the roof, scaffolders, boom, boom, boom. I've got Wi-Fi banging around. It's just one of them days. Big up to Marshall as well. Nice to see you in the house. But let's, if I'm lagging, just refresh the thing. Yeah, just refresh it. Just refresh the stream. Oh, don't do it again. Right. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I genuinely don't know why it's doing this. Right. In terms of news in regards to Romelu Lukaku, Raja Nangalong, if you remember him, he played for Belgium, played for Inter Milan, I think it was. No, sorry, Roma. He was playing for before. Came out and said, "I told him Lukaku that he made the wrong choice in leaving Inter. He was the king there. He was perhaps the best striker in the world, but he couldn't say no to the club of his heart. Apparently, it was the club of his heart, which was the reason as to why he decided to leave Inter Milan. He wanted to come back and prove the people of the Premier League wrong. And at the end of the day, I keep saying it when it comes to Romelu Lukaku, he's just not good enough. Just not good enough. I can't because it's downstairs, the Wi-Fi. I can't do that. I don't know why it's doing this, man. I think I'm all right. I think these guys ain't complaining. So, yeah. So it is a decision that was made wrong by the football club, and at the end of the day, it's one of them things of that we have to just accept that maybe he just isn't good enough for Chelsea. Maybe he's just it's just not working, And I think we just need to accept that maybe Lukaku, unfortunately, the Lukaku that we thought that we were buying wasn't the right. It's not going to happen, and the reason it won't happen is because I just don't think he fits the style of football that we play. We just have to take it on the chin. But anyway, enough of Romelu Lukaku. We're here to talk about the game itself. And I'm sorry about the Wi-Fi and that. It's just annoying if it is still going a bit funny. It's one of those days. It was a panic signing is what we got a cut of losses with him. Do you think Rudiger will be back on Sunday? I do. We're going to talk a bit about that now as well. Rather trust Broha than buying another striker. We must focus on signing wide players. And do you know what? I've said this already. I think we as fans need to accept that maybe trying to buy a midfielder, a striker, like a typical number nine that scores goals, it doesn't work. Maybe we just need to stay away from the idea of bringing in a striker. It's maybe we just need to build around Kai Havertz. I keep saying to people, Kai Havertz might be the answer. Mr. Kai Havertz might be the answer, and buy players around him. There's talks about Dembele, who had a great game against a great game for Barcelona. Was it yesterday as well? So there's a lot. Sarri's bad. I hope. Listen, the other thing we'll say before we get into it is that we do need to clear out that deadwood. We've got so many deadwood players that should not be at our football club. Like we need to start thinking about kicking them. Get out of here. Do one. Do you know what I mean? I hope so, and that's what I hope the new owners do. I hope the new owners come in, they look at that fucking wage bill, and they go, right, who's on what? Is he worth it? Whose contracts are due? Oh, Rudiger, yeah, we need him. Let's keep him. Jorginho, well, we can let him go if he wants to go. Let him go. Kante, can we afford to get rid of both and bring in two midfielders? Like they've got to just make it done. Barkley, get out of it. Get out of the club. Alonso, you're not getting that extra contract. Get out of it. And then look at the targets that we're talking about, Dembele's, etc., etc. But it is a big game. It's a huge game for Chelsea against West Ham after the back of a loss to Arsenal. Almost been a bit up and down in the last three games. We've won three and lost two, but we're up against the West Ham team who are in a bit of a mixed form themselves. Two losses, 2 wins, 1 draw, 52 points in 7. Still fighting for that Europa place. Wolves heavily behind them as well with a game in hand. They can't really afford to lose games themselves. So this is the type of game where I can see West Ham stepping up here, stepping up and trying to get the job done is what we're saying. When do you think Kovacic will be back? Well, we've been told it by Thomas Tuchel that it could be any. Come on. What is going on? Am I here still? I am here, but I'm lagging, and I. I am lagging again, isn't I? Fuck's sake. I honestly don't know what to do, guys. It's something out of my control. I literally can't do nothing. It's just picking and choosing when it wants to cut. Never does this. What are you doing? I'm sorry, guys. I don't really know what to say. I don't know what it's doing. It's really pissing me off. Like these things wind me up. What I was trying to get back to, if it does come back up, is that West Ham are playing for a win. They're looking for a win. And for Chelsea, it's a thing of that we need the win ourselves. We need 14 points to secure third. Something we need to get done. And oh, that's good. Okay, cool. A little bit laggy. I'm sorry, guys, if it's a little bit laggy. I can't do much about it. Always Gucci. All right, so if you can hear me, that's good. If you can't really see me, don't worry. Just hear me right now. Hopefully, it'll sort itself out. Hopefully, it's going to sort itself out in a bit. Um, come on. What is it doing? It's ruining my show. It's literally ruining the show completely. Yeah. Please, new owners, sign Rudiger. And if TT helps complain about football pitch, where's Mourinho made a fortress? Please get him and bring this Luis Enrique. I can't stand such an excuse against Arsenal. What's this about, Obi? I listen. Stop with this nonsense. My Wi-Fi is usually banging. My Wi-Fi never usually like this. I don't know what it is doing right now. At least it's not cutting. Hope Lukaku does not start on Sunday because he was poor on Wednesday. I don't expect him to as well, to be honest. Yeah, I know. I get it. Don't worry about the video. We can see the table and the audio is fine. All right, cheers, Dexter, mate. It's just driving me mad. Stop this nonsense. You know how good my Wi-Fi usually is. I'm back now anyway. I think it's found its way, its strength for now. But anyway, this movie, it just really mucks me up because I'm trying to talk to you guys and then I lose what I'm trying to say to you and it just ruins. Man is using 2G. Look, I'm clean now. Oh, I'm not even clean now. Ah, it's come back again, innit? Spoke too soon. So, in regards to the team news, where do we stand with everything around Chelsea? So, I want to talk a little bit about what we know from now. Thomas Tuchel's coming out at half one to have the discussion, to give us the updates of any injuries over the game. I don't think there was. I know Christensen apparently, supposedly, was hurt in it or something from what we understand. Chelsea's position in the top flight. Do you know what, guys? 2 seconds. 2 seconds. Let me just refresh this page. All right, I'm going to come back in 2 seconds. Just wait there. 2 seconds. I'm back. Guess who's back? Back again. Still doing it, isn't it? Oh, fuck's sake. Anyway, I'm getting into it. I can't do nothing about it. It's winding me up though. Silva returns. Obviously, Thiago Silva hasn't really played the last two games. We know against Crystal Palace, he was sort of in and out, shall we say, in the game. He came on against Arsenal in the second half because Christensen was so bad, literally so bad. And now we find ourselves probably seeing him come back in the team, which is what's being mentioned here on Football London as well. So we do expect Thiago Silva to be back in the team. I think it will be 2-1 at this point. We need to win. Sell Christensen, Danish Maguire ASAP is what Hafsiz is saying. Guys, make sure we do smash the like button. We've got 18 likes, man. What is going on here? Man, I do look blurry. I'm not going to lie. No wonder these likes are not up. Get these likes up, man. Get these likes up. Smash the likes, people. Alonso Wi-Fi. Is it still bad? These are pranging me out. Anyway, we move on. Sarr steps out. We expect Rudiger to return. Rudiger was given the rest in this game. Sarr will be removed. Jorginho, composure needed. Could we see Jorginho coming back in the team? I expect him to, but at what cost? Who will be rested in this game? Will it be a Kante? Will it be a Ruben Loftus-Cheek? There's a lot that we still need to wait and see on as well. Oh, what is going on here? Doing it again, isn't it? It's literally doing it again. Guys, if it continues, I'm just going to stop the stream and I'll do it later because this is just ruining the show for us, man. This is literally ruining my show. If it continues, because I can't even concentrate because it's fucking me up. West Ham will try and press. Well, of course they will. They'll try and make things hard, and that's what they'll do. I'm expecting them to do that. But in terms of what we understand, the head-to-heads itself, we're going to talk a bit about that now as well. Wasn't Rudy injured? I thought TT said he was injured from the end of the cup game. No, I believe he was rested. In this game. Let's move on to bulletin, and then we'll do the team lineups. That's the proposed team lineups. So open up the lines and get some guys in, providing the Wi-Fi does not do me over. Because if it does me over, I will cancel this stream and we'll have to do it later on until the Wi-Fi gets stronger. Because it's becoming a bit of an issue, you know. Anyway, Chelsea host West Ham, as we already know. In terms of defeats, Chelsea have lost only one of their last 15 Premier League home games against West Ham. 10 wins, 4 draws, and the one defeat in November 2019, which was the last time we lost to them. West Ham looking to complete their league double against Chelsea for the second time in 3 seasons. West Ham are another team that are giving Chelsea a lot of issues. You know, are giving Chelsea a lot of issues in the last couple of years. It seems like we struggle against them. A bit like Arsenal. Same thing. Same problem. Struggle with Arsenal, struggling with them. Do you have a mad roadworks happening in your areas affecting your... Yeah, I think it might be the fact that I've got guys on the roof, scaffoldings and the ripping tiles and that. So I don't know whether I should just stop this stream and do it again later, to be honest. Because it keeps cutting, doesn't it? Chelsea stats. West Ham will be our 55th game of the season. In total, we've played 63 games. We will equal our number of fixtures from 18-19. We have only played more in 12-13 and 6 and 7. Most Chelsea games in the season, 69 games played in 2012 and 13, with 64 games in 6 and 7, and then 63 in 18-19 as well. So Chelsea closing at our top scorer. Since the start of last season, Timo Werner has scored more goals than any other Chelsea player across all competitions. 23, one more than Kai Havertz. So even though it's not a great record, it's still one of that's quite impressive. Members can only buy tickets for United match today. Is it? I was on it this morning. I don't think you can you? Oh, you can. Could you tell me? But it's a Thursday kickoff, isn't it? Is that an evening kickoff? Oh, it's an evening kickoff. No. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I know, I did see that. I just checked it just now, Dexter, just to see. But nah, I ain't gonna go to that. If it was a weekend game, I would have gone. I would have gone, but it's a bit too far for me to get down there on a Thursday night, to be fair. Timo and Kai have to start because Lukaku was poor. Yeah, I mean, look, there it is. Timo Werner, top scorer since last season. 23 goals. Has 23 goals than any other. Timo has scored more goals than any other Chelsea player across all competitions. 23, basically. One more than Kai Havertz. Against Arsenal on Wednesday, Thiago Silva was 37 years and 27 days. Has become the oldest outfield player in the Premier League. Thomas Tuchel's side are unbeaten in our 8th Premier League games played on a Sunday. This season, 5 wins, 3 draws, with our last defeat coming on the final last season. We require still a maximum of 14 points, something that we struggle to do or have been struggling to do as well. Yeah, it's a dirty time to do a game against Man United, isn't it? It's absolutely ridiculous. Like, what? It doesn't make no sense. Why would they do? Why would they pick? Just trying to make sure my Wi-Fi's alright. That's why I keep going quiet because it just keeps saying that my Wi-Fi is bad. I can't really see. I cannot see. Let's turn it this way. Maybe that'll work better. In regards to Chelsea, have scored more goals from outside the box in the Premier League than any other side this season. 11 in total. Kante's got 2, Mount's got 2, Ziyech's got 2, Alonso's got 1, and the rest we forget. Premier League top goal scorer still Mason Mount. In terms of milestones, Kai Havertz has made his 50th appearance played, which was against Arsenal, which is a shame because it was a shit appearance to come on for. If selected, Thiago Silva will make his 50th appearance for Chelsea, which is a great little milestone for him. So I'm expecting Thiago Silva to come into this team as well, something that we'll talk about very shortly indeed. Thomas Tuchel took charge of his 5th Premier League game, blah, 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 blah. Premier League game himself as well. So Thomas Tuchel's playing his 50th. If selected, Jorginho and Thiago Silva will make their 50th appearance of the season for the club and country. A lot of football being played between Jorginho and Thiago Silva. Mason Mount's already made his 100th Premier League appearance against Arsenal with 23 goals and 19 assists in this game. Welcome back to Kurt Zouma. Kurt Zouma will be returning to the bridge to come up against Chelsea this time round as well. So, interesting stuff there. Welcome back to Stamford Bridge. And Kurt Zouma's 5 seasons with the Blues. He's picked up 5 winning medals, 2 Premier Leagues, 1 Champions League, 1 League Cup, and the UEFA Super Cup. Playing 151 games and scoring 10 goals. 10 whole goals, guys. Big up to him. Declan Rice leads the way for tackles. The tackle attempts 68, 54 interceptions and passes attempted 1,860 for West Ham in the Premier League this season. So he's probably one of the best in the league at doing what he does. No discipline issues there. The ref for this game is Michael Oliver. Michael Oliver will be the third Blues game. Michael Oliver's third Blues game in 21-22. The Blues 2 against Man City and Everton were also at the bridge. Last time Michael Oliver was involved with Chelsea Football Club was battling. So Michael Oliver is the ref, and Paul Tierney is in within the VAR section of this as well. Now, in regards, don't worry, Spurs and Arsenal won't get max points to lead us and take third. We've had enough to. Yeah, you would expect that, wouldn't you? You know, you would expect that to be the case. I hope we get a better backup left back for Chilwell next season. And I keep saying this is a lot more we need. We need so much more than just. Yeah, I'm not clear. I'm looking at me now. I'm a bit laggy. But there's not much I can do about it. There's not much I can do, unfortunately. Let's get into the proposed lineups. Will Tuchel stick to a 3-4-3? Will he go to the 4-4-2-2? I'll ask you guys the questions. What is Thomas Tuchel going to do in this game? Do you feel he's going to play? Is he going to stick to what he knows? Malang Sarr is a new version of Harry Maguire, is what Princeton's saying. It's a big cuss, bruv. That is a big cuss. Let's remove this. Throw in Mr. Mendy. I mean, wait, so let me ask you this question. I want you guys to get involved in the chat as well. Who plays? Mendy or Kepa? I'll let you guys pick the lineup today. Hassan saying 4-2-2. I think it's going to be a free. All right, actually, let me ask you this first, actually. What is the lineup? What is what is the formation? Confirm to me in the chat what the formation will be going into this West Ham game. What you think it will be. Is it a 3-4-3? Is it a 4-2-2? What do we think? Tell me. Tell me now. I'm waiting. So, Hassan's saying 4-2-2. What else is everyone else saying? While you're in between it, please smash the likes. Let's get this up to 50 likes, guys. We're only on 36 likes. We're only on 36 likes at the moment. Let's get this up. We've got another 4-2-2 here from Dominic Carney. He thinks 4 at the back is the way forward against West Ham. Really, guys? 4-2-2? I'm not feeling this, guys. 3-4-3. That's what Stephen's saying. We need 5-6 players, left back, right back, centre back, at least one DM. I agree. 3-4-1-2. Now let's be serious. If we're going to go back to what's worked for us, or go into what's actually been decent for Chelsea, it's the fact that we've played the 3-4-1-2 or 2-1, 3-4-2-1. So either you have something like this, where you have Havertz or whoever, ZX sitting behind, or you go for a 2-1. Sorry, a 1-2, where you have two up front. You can do a 3-4-1-2. I think it will be. I don't see us playing a back four. Why would we play a back four? The back four's not worked. Why would we do that? 4-2-3-1, 4-4-3 or 3-5-2, 3-4-2-1, 3-1-4-2-1, 3-4. All right, so we're all saying 3-5. All right, cool. 3-5-2s. Let's stick to it. Let's stick to this. 3-4-1-2 or 2-1. All right, let's stick to that. I want to know who your goalie is today. Now, I'm going to tell you who I think it's going to be, and I want everyone in the chat to give their vote as well. Everyone in the chat gives their vote, then I'll put the goalie in. So it's giving you guys the opportunity to pick who's in goal. Mendy or Kepa? Who are we going for? Who are we going for? Mendy or Kepa? In the chat, let me know. People that are new, smash the like button. Get involved as well. I'm allowing you guys to pick the lineup. I say Mendy. I still think he should be playing throughout games. I know he's not in the greatest of form. I know at some point he should be rested. But we are at a point where we need to try and win games. And you play your best players. You have to play your best players. For me. You know? So let's see what we got. We got Kepa. We got Mendy. That's 1-1. We've got Mendy, 2-1. We've got Mendy, 3-1. We've got Kepa, 3-2. You want Mendy, so that's fine. We'll pick Mendy. 3, that's 4. So, all right, you're all saying Mendy, pretty much. We've got Mendy lovers in the house. Mendy is then, guys. Mendy is in the hole. So, now I want you to let me know who plays in the middle. Is it Thiago Silva or is it Christensen? I think I should just pick Thiago Silva, shouldn't I? Because this is one that I think is going to happen. Provided Rudiger's fit, I think we can all agree that Rudiger's going to play there, yeah? I'm not going to ask you guys the question who plays at in them two positions because them two positions are a certain. Are definitely a certain. Silva, got all the Mendy's coming in. Mendy. Silva. Rudiger. Well, we don't know that yet. But if Rudiger is out injured, which could be a possibility, right? Usually saying Rudiger won't be fit. Cool. Thomas Tuchel's doing his press conference in 45 minutes. If he says Rudiger's fit, let me say this now. If he comes back and says Rudiger's fit, then he plays this game. If he isn't, and we'll base it on that he isn't fit, I want you guys to tell me who plays in that left centre back role. Come on in. Rudy's out. Who plays in the left centre back role for you then? The Danish fridge? Is that who we're going for? The Danish fridge? Fucking Wi-Fi, man. Not Star is what we've got here. Chalobah. So you want Chalobah to play left centre back? Trevs and Aspie? Left centre back, guys. I'm asking you the question. Left centre back, not right centre back right now. Give me your left centre back. No Rudiger. He's out injured. Let's just say. Because if he's fit, he's playing. Chalobah is fit. Chalobah. All right. Trevor Chalobah. Trevor Chalobah comes into that position. As you have called for it. You guys are all literally against the idea of Christensen coming in, aren't you? Chalobah, if fit, would rather not rush Rudy back and risk him being unavailable versus Liverpool. I hear that. Take risk, play Christensen left centre back. I think personally, Andreas Christensen will play. Personally, I don't see why he wouldn't. So for me, I think it's good. I mean, Oh, Bitcherson plays left centre back. Never AC unless it's a testimonial. I don't want to see him in a Chelsea shirt again. The English Iron Robin is in good form. What the fuck are you talking about? What are you talking about, Ram? All right, I think, to be honest, I don't think Chalobah plays there, but I think Christensen does. Much as, I mean, I don't know whether he's injured or not. That's the funny thing. I don't even know if he's injured or not. We don't have much options, guys. You're sitting here saying that we have no fucking options here. Like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, Bowen. I think Christensen plays if Rudiger's not fit. If Christensen's fit, then he plays there. If he is injured, I don't get it. The English Iron Robin. Stop that. Don't ever do that again. Don't ever compare them together. Right centre back. Who is your right centre back? Trevor Chalobah, Reece James, or Cesar Azpilicueta? Let me know in the chat now. I think personally we could risk playing Trevor Chalobah. I would personally play Trevor Chalobah in this game, only purely because I think Azpilicueta looks leggy. Didn't have the greatest of games last time round. I just feel Chalobah would be a better shout. I think Reece James needs to be played further up the pitch. We shouldn't be playing Reece James as a fullback every time. We can't afford to because we lose his offensive aspect. We lose what he's great at doing. Just makes no sense. Chalobah, Aspie, Chalobah. I think Chalobah, guys, man. I do. I think Chalobah has to play at some point. Yeah, West Ham's not an easy game. Don't get me wrong. Aspie. Yeah, I agree. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he'll play there as well. Chalobah or Aspie Reese at right home back for me as well. I want to go with Chalobah in this one. I think Christensen, Chalobah, and Silva is a strong enough back three. Should be a strong enough back three to beat Blooming West Ham. Yeah, I agree. I just think he's very leggy. And I think if you're up against Antonio, all right, Lanzini's not the quickest or Fornals. You look at Bowen, who could be dangerous. Yeah, I think Trevor Chalobah should be coming in. This is a formation that he's comfortable in. When he has played, he's played in the back three, and it makes a lot more sense to play him in and around in this game for me. It really does. Guys, make sure we get them likes up, please. We've only got 38 likes, man. 38 likes? Really? I thought we had more than that. Come on, man. Let's get this over 50 likes. Please hit the thumbs up. I'm going to open up the lines very shortly, get you guys in, because my Wi-Fi is dodgy today. Trying to keep the show going. Cover's not fit. He's not available. But we're going to move on to the left wing back area. What do we do here? Because Marcus Alonso has dropped 2 absolute stinkers in these games. So are we sticking with Marcus Alonso? We're going to do that. Or are we going for a Sal Niguez, for example? What are we doing here? What are we doing here, guys? I'm lost. I don't even know what to say in the left wing back area. Preferably, I'd like to see. Just stop it, Princeton, please, man. This is just painful. I don't know. I don't know what to do with this position. Sal, Marcus Alonso. Who else? What are other people saying? Come on, let's get this in. Sal, Marcus Alonso. What else are we saying? I think Sal Niguez is going to pay. I've just got this weird feeling. Alonso's played so many games, man. So many games, and he's been so shit in that position. No, I can't. We can't. Can't put Chio in. I don't want to injure him any more than what he is. Can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. We cannot be doing this. All right. No one's saying anything, so I'll go with Sal Niguez then. Yeah. That's true. That's true, actually. Forgot about that. Good shout. He's going to play, isn't he? He's going to play this guy. He's going to play the snail again against Bowen. Oh, my God, man. Please hurry up, summer. Please, Chelsea Football Club, buy some wing backs. Please, Chelsea Football Club, sort out our front line. I'm praying now. Please, midfield. Please, whoever the new owner is, Todd Bowley, I'm assuming, after the news we found out today. Please just sort out all of this shit that's going on. Do not leave us with Marcos Alonso again. Gem for left wing back. Yeah, I would play it. I'm left footed, mate. I don't want no Sal, no Marcus. Oh my God, amen. I'm praying. God help us with this game, literally. Reece James is in as right wing back. I think we can all agree on that one. And then what do we do in that midfield? Because this is the biggest question. I think Jorginho comes in. We know Mateo Kovacic is still not available. So again, guys, we're basing this on what we know now. We know Thomas Tuchel's in his press conference in about 40 minutes from now. So maybe we'll find out a bit more at a later stage, which we should still be live. We should still be live for a little bit. And we'll talk about what Thomas Tuchel also spoke about as well in regards to new owner news as well. The lines will be open. We'll bring in the panel while we're waiting for that as well. 40 likes though, man. I'm just not happy. How could I give you the link when there's not over 50 likes? Come on, guys. Get this over 50 likes. Get this over 50 likes. Subscribe if you're new to GNA TV as well. J5 is a definite. But who plays next to J5? I think Sosa's right here. I think N'Golo Kante will come in this game. I can see this happening. Ruben, I don't know, man. I don't know. Does Ruben come in after his performance the other way round? I think Kante will come in, and I think he will go back to just being solid in midfield. And I think at least with Jorginho and Kante, you kind of have that. Whether you do that, you kind of have that solidarity. The only thing I would do is this, because I feel like Reece James and Chalobah have enough pace between them to sort out this area. I just don't feel that the same can be said for this side, because Alonso is just a nuisance, and I just want Kante to help Christensen with Bowen. That's why I would play Kante personally. Kante in that position. I know, man. Forget my Wi-Fi today. It's just hanging on by a thread. You can hear me clear. As long as you can hear me, I don't care. You know, as long as you can hear me today, I don't care. Sal with J5, Jorginho and Kante. Kante, no Kante. I would drop N'Golo Kante. He needs a rest. Or player rather play Sal. Could Sal Niguez play there to then? Could Sal Niguez play there? Do you know what? N'Golo Kante is in no real great form, but in between Jorginho and Kante, I think that is your strongest midfield. Now, if he does get dropped and Sal Niguez does come in, which could happen, let's get it right. I wouldn't be too annoyed with that because he does bring energy. You know, he does understand the role. You know, to a degree, would it be able to deal with the likes of Declan Rice and Souček, who will be in that midfield? Not too sure. And I think Kante does that better. Yeah, just drop in. He understands the role. If Chalo plays, he'll be at left centre back. Oh, I did say this to people before, you know, and a lot of people saying Christensen as left. So it's our rapid since when he can with J5. Probably is better than RLC. Don't say this, Musa, man. Stop putting out this awful energy. On half, start Kante, South sub. All right, cool. Let's go back to the Kante thing, innit? So who is your front three? Because I personally think it's got to be Mount. He has to play, as much as people don't think he's in. He is, for me, undroppable at the moment. I think Kai Havertz comes back in. The real big question mark is who plays here, because preferably I would go with these three, because they're, for me at the moment, them three are our best chemistry. Werner, Havertz, and Mount. Now, some people would want Hakim Ziyech to be given the opportunity. I'm not 200% sure on the Hakim Ziyech thing. You know, I don't know. In the three, I'm just not sure. We would need physicality in the midfield. Then play Kante. That's what I'd say. You play Kante, even though he's not in any great form. You know, you can throw Sound Grizz on later. You could start with Sound Grizz. Who knows? Sound Grizz could come in. Mount, Kai, and Timo is what Sosa's saying. Timo, Percy, give it to the kids. Find some youngsters in the academy who can left centre back and left wing back. Havertz, Mount, and Werner up front. Lukaku should be sold for Happy Meals. As look, fuck's sake, mate. Kai likes to be on the right, and Timo likes to be on the left. Yep, they do have chemistry. They do have chemistry, a better chemistry, should we say. Ziyech to come on. Yeah, I think Ziyech to come on as well. I feel like that's the way we'll probably set up, personally. You know, you could do this. People saying Chalobah there, Christensen there. Or maybe no Christensen and you play Aspie. I wouldn't play Aspie this game, personally. I'd give him a break. He's played a lot as a wing back. And I don't want to see this. I don't want to see this. And I don't want to see Aspie there. Tuchel needs to get this out of his head. Doesn't work. And I know he's doing it from an instance of protecting Reece James. But we lose so much when Reece James is not out on that wing there. So for me, I think it's going to be like this. I think Christensen... I think Tuchel has no choice. I think you have to throw Christensen in. Like, what choice does he actually have? Who else is there to put in there? You know, he's pretty tied up. Big up to AW Designer in the house. Guys, let's get this over 50 likes, man. Only 44 likes. I will release the link anytime soon, but I need over 50 likes now. I'm looking at the thumb. How quick can we get it to 60 likes? How quick can we get it to 60 likes? Because my Wi-Fi stinks today, as you can probably see, guys. My Wi-Fi has been atrocious. So if anyone's been coming in to just come in, be used to me being blurry. You can hear me, but I'm blurry. 46. 46. Is that what we're getting? 2 people just liked it. Smash the like button for Chelsea Football Club. Smash the like button for Chelsea Football Club. Let's do it. I was in the shock when TT blamed the pitch. Yeah, I didn't expect him to do that as well. The whole squad has no chemistry, all based on luck and individual brilliance. You have a point to a degree. To a degree, I think if we had chemistry throughout the squad, we wouldn't see it being switched around as much. But the fact that we keep seeing it getting switched and rotated tells me that Thomas Tuchel doesn't know his best lineup, and that's on the players, because the players that are being picked to play are not stepping up, not taking their chances, not being the difference, and not, you know, they're just ghosting. Yeah, I agree. I agree as well, Raven. 51 likes. We can get another 10. We can get another 10. Come on, guys. Get another 10 in. Let's do it. Yeah, I know. I've already spoken about that news already, Fraser. Earlier on in the show, we spoke about the Todd Bowley scenario. And the fact is that the potential of a new owner being announced today, which is on the cards, which CFC Pies has put out. Andreas, as you already know him on Twitter, Andreas Coruscant's also come out and said that Todd Bowley Group are in very good order for it. You know, there's a lot of positivity around the Todd Bowley. Even apparently Todd Bowley's consortium themselves seem very confident. I still feel that it's past that stage. I feel that the special licensing to the government has already been approved as well. So we're well past that. I feel we're at a stage now where the Premier League have probably agreed upon it, and now we just are waiting for the announcement. That's what I believe anyway. Yeah, I know. I saw that as well. That's what we spoke about earlier. And if people are not sure what just talking about here, because they've just come in, we'll bring it up again. We'll bring it up again once I can find it on Twitter. So what he's talking about here is this comment that we came out today from Nicole Imfield, and the comment that came out from him was here. Before we go back, and we'll go back to the game in a second. Chelsea. It has been almost 2 months since Blick revealed the purchase intentions of Hanshaw Swiss and Todd Bowley. The sale process is now nearing its end, and Swiss-American takeover of Chelsea FC seems imminent. Chelsea, hearing that Weiss and Bowley are very confident. Now, I think sometimes you just need to read between the lines, and for me, I feel like he probably knows more. And the fact that he's saying that they feel confident tells me that they've probably been advised. I just feel we're very behind it all. Bowley, big balls. Bowley, bastard blue, let's go. So there we go. There we go. There we go. Also, if you hear banging, guys, above my head, I have got roofers above me right now, fitted in tiles. So if you hear a hammer going dong, 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 it will just go with how the whole day's been, to be honest. The link's in the chat. Come in and have your say. I'm going to pin the link as well. I'm going to pin the message as well. Come in if you are interested. But there is your news in regards to Todd Bowley. Team Bowley is what Princeton's saying. Are you guys happy with that news? Are you happy that Todd Bowley may be potential owner or the new owner, shall we say? Because it's still not been announced yet. I think they told Bowley he won. Who? Who told him he won? Oh, Chelsea talking about. Yeah, probably. Potentially, yeah. Potentially being the case. Just announced it already, so we can lift these sanctions. You know what I mean, Josh? Just get on with it, man. Josh, the link's in the chat, mate. So if you want to come in, have your say. Let's get into it. Thomas Tuchel's doing his announcement soon as well. Yeah, I think that Chelsea have picked there. I think Rain Group and Chelsea have already picked that. I think that, like I keep saying, I think the bid's been put forward to the government. I think the government have already agreed to special licensing. I think we're a lot ahead than people probably know upon. I have been told little things here and there, but not confirmation of it. But this was a couple of days back, and the news that's coming out now is something that I kind of heard was this. Todd Bowley. That's all I heard. Todd Bowley. He was also at the Arsenal game as well. You know, maybe he's already putting plans together. Maybe he's already ahead. I don't know. Bowley's the best of a meh bunch, is what Dexter's saying. I want Bowley, Jim, because I don't want Sir Martin Brown because of Lewis Hamilton. Where's the flying in, which is good because my Wi-Fi has been shit today. Josh, what are you saying?
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm just ready for all this to be done and dusted, man. It's been a long, annoying, 4 months, 4 or 5 months. So, the sooner the better. If it's Bowley, I'm glad. Although the man is 0-2 at the bridge coming to watch games. So,
do you not feel that what I said is true? Like that maybe they're a lot ahead. Saying, "Oh my God, Matt's brother's here as well." Blimey now. Do you not feel that?
For fuck's sake!
I forgot to change my name.
Jesus Christ!
You not feel that they're a lot ahead of the procedure though. I'm talking about special licensings. I'm talking about the owner being picked, like all of this stuff. Do you feel like we are?
Yeah. I mean, you got to think a deal of this magnitude. A lot of that stuff is going to be sorted before they announce it. Like it won't be like announce it and then now we have another 4 months to try to get all this stuff ready. It's all this is like probably being done behind the scenes, which is good news because you'd imagine once they officially announce it that they'll lift the sanctions on the club at least, so we can start doing some business. And that's really all I care about. So hopefully in the next couple of weeks we'll get some concrete news and then we can have the sanctions lifted on the club, because those should not be still being placed on the club if a new owner's been announced.
Well, that's ultimately the best. That's the thing that we're waiting for, isn't it? Is the fact that we can just get on with normal trading, the fact that fans can buy tickets, the fact that you can buy merchandise. There's a lot of things that we just want to go back to normal. Do you know what I mean? So
Listen, the government and Roman's attorneys can work out all the other bullshit. I just want the club to be able to proceed as usual. So,
100%, I agree with you. We'll go back to the game in a second, but Matt, what are you saying on all of this? Do you feel Todd Bowley is just more of a thing of like it's just a pending announcement? Do you feel like it's well ahead in terms of who's been picked as the owners from what we know?
I think as soon as the Ricketts pulled out, I think we knew it was going to be Todd Bowley from that situation. I wouldn't, I'll be very optimistic, and I wouldn't mind to see Martin Burr, whatever his name is, just because of the fact like there's so many outsiders coming in, and it'd be kind of fun to see, but at the same time, I want that to be very structured. And I think with the Todd Bowley, we will be very structured. So it's looking like he's got the sale of Chelsea. Now it's just a matter of when it gets announced, and I hope soon, because as Josh said, I want everything to go back to normal. Hopefully we can resume back to normal. Transfer windows coming up. We've got to get our fundings and our our mindset on these players who we're going to go for, who we're going to start scouting, because it is going to be a easy. I never knew that, because it is going to be a massive window.
Yeah, Lewis Hamilton is as confirmed to everyone. Shall we say that he is a part of the Broughton bid and has put money in as well?
Good news,
So,
Arsenal fan. What an idiot.
So, yeah, I'm not too sure. I just feel that Bowley's done it personally.
Yeah, no,
I'll be
for
gutted
sure.
if
I think
anyone-
Bohu's. I think it's done, dusted. I think it's done.
Done and dusted is what Matt is saying on this. Pagliuca bid was just too messy. Well, messy.
Yeah,
After
true.
what we read about him as well is absolute. Matty, the link's in the chat, mate. So if you want to come in, Matty, join us. We'll go back to the game in a second, guys, and we'll start talking because Thomas Tuchel's going to go live soon, and we'll learn more about injuries, etc. And that we'll go through the team lineup again. But Hassan, what you're saying on this whole saga?
With the whole saga, right? I just think that it's gonna have to be done and dusted, because I've heard that. I don't know when exactly the window's opening. I think it's in the next couple of days or so. So I think this will be
10th of
wrapped
June.
up before 10th of June.
You're talking
Is
about
that when? No, I'm
what are you
talking
talking about?
transfer window
What-
when it officially opens.
Oh, right,
Oh,
10th
right.
of June.
I was gonna say, and also we just need to get our contract situation too, because Rudiger, Aspi's been triggered because of a clause, but other players need to put pen and paper in. So I think we just need to get this over and done with, and I just don't want anything else happening, and any other kind of BS that will happen and cause us to fall off and be uncompetitive, because that's what the government want. They want to keep the promise of us being competitive. So I think just wrap it up, no more BS, and just sell the club to them. Romans put a contractual obligation anyway of 1 billion to spend. So short term is sorted. It's just long term, but we could say that for any owner long term.
I feel that the whole thing of which we read earlier on today about apparently the bid has gone over, maybe just over the value of 3 billion. So the bids have been just going back to back to back to try and speed each other out, and it's reached the 3 billion bracket, which is what they wanted. But I feel that it's definitely got. For me, I'll be shocked if it's not Todd Bowley. I mean, we've got another comment from Andreas here saying, should Todd Bowley bid for Chelsea prove to be success, his main priority for the Blues in the short term would be to resolve Antonio Rudiger's contract situation. So he's not fucking around. By the sounds of it, it seems like everything seems to be coming out more and more on top what Todd Bowley wants to do, which is a good thing, I think, personally. No comments of Kepa's contract being kept though, Matt. Unfortunately,
Hey, he ain't leaving. I'm staying.
Oh,
He ain't leaving. He ain't leaving. Todd Bohu's a fan, I heard.
I don't know why he's a fan of him with that big of a. I'm telling you, Todd Bowley's going to look at them wage rolls and them contracts and be like, "What the fuck? I ain't paying that. Get out of it." Do you know what I mean? Especially some of them. That's what I think. Anyway, we all run poorly, is what Fraser's saying. Marino has to go with Bruce Buck in long term. Do you share the same feeling as what he feels in regards to Marina? Do you think she will end up leaving ultimately anyway, or do you think we should try and keep her?
I think so.
I would say, I think she's fantastic, but sometimes she gets too much praise. She gets praised on the wrong reasons. So if she does leave, I hope we can replace her, but I don't see her possibly leaving, because as we said, where's she gonna go? I don't know where she'll go.
I think she'll go.
She's certainly not leaving this summer.
No, but in the long term she will go, because obviously if you buy,
obviously in the long term,
if you buy a club, you obviously Todd Bowley probably has people in mind that, because she's seen as Roman right-hand woman. So,
but remember, she only negotiates prices. She doesn't negotiate about players and who comes in. She's just the price girl, isn't she? So
that's what we think. But I think
she will have to stay.
More like Roman's eyes and ears in the club.
She will have to stay simply because we need to get players like Lukaku and all these lot out, and there's no person better than Marina to do that.
Well, and she's the one who's built. She's the one who's built
as well. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's the
No,
one who's built all the relationships with the Koundes and the two. Like it's her and Petter who have built those relationships. So if those are the
It's
players that we're
better
gonna
if
try to
they
bring in the
stay.
summer,
Yeah,
what's that?
it's better if they
I
stay
agree.
because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, you don't
But it's
want to
not
bring
that.
in somebody cold.
I think we're in a critical time when you think about once the new owners are announced of things that we still need to sort out. And I think the one of the main priorities is what you guys have said, which is contracts. People that's contracts that are coming up soon. That has to be at least sorted and negotiated whether you're staying or going, especially in terms of Rudiger case. And then on top of that, it's then listing out the people that need to go. That's what I would do.
And
I'd
you
be
have
like,
and then you have to think about other commercial deals, James, like the Nike contract, the 3 contract, and all that thing that goes in the background.
yeah, it's sponsorings as well. You're right. I mean, that will be
Sponsoring,
lifted.
yeah,
Do
all
you
of
want them
that.
back on? Yeah, like, do you want that back on? Do you want that? Do you want them back on? Do you want? You've got new sporting. I think personally, whoever comes in, if it is Todd Bowley, I think he'll have his own ideas for sponsorings, being that he's American. Anyway, I feel like the whole free thing will go. Personally, I think
Is that a
obviously we'll keep
coincidence
an
we're
eye.
also going to the US for pre-season?
I read that. Yeah, it seems very weird that that's all been put forward already. Just like as if Saints already been organised. Do you know what I mean? As if so, it's like I don't know. I feel like I keep saying this. I do feel like there's a lot more going on behind the closed doors than what we know. Like I feel like there's probably it might be a case that Bowley's sitting there now, waiting for the announcement, sitting there
And
knowing that he's pretty much in Chelsea and just sorting out bits and bobs. You know what I mean? For
I,
the club.
I just
I don't
think
know.
this is just past news. It's just past news, I think. All of this, I think it's probably already done. We'll
I
find
think
out
it
anyway
is.
once the restrictions and once we're officially not, well, once it becomes official, which we won't know until like near the end of the season anyway.
Well, they're saying as early as today. They're saying next week. If not, I feel it's already done. It's just about when they want to announce it. I do think the more and more we're hearing from certain media outlets, the fact that they're kind of like leaning on Todd Bowley and what they're saying tells me that they probably know more than what they're leading on to as well. But this is the thing. It always happens. And it happens when we sign players. You never really are on the same, like you're never up to date with what's actually happening. You only ever get spoon fed. We're probably like 2 weeks behind right now. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll say, it's
Jem,
mad.
what do you think of the other consortium with Lewis Hamilton, Serena? I really don't want them. They can fuck off and still keep the money.
1 second. Yeah. I'll answer that. I'll answer that in a second. But Nathaniel, I don't know why you're in the back. You've got a ban, mate. Like I can't bring you on. You already know this. You've already got a ban.
Is he
How many?
banned?
When was the last time? When did he get banned? When
Why did he get
did I
banned?
put that money in? Because
It was
he got kicked.
it was before the Madrid game, I think. Yeah, it was
Did he get
before the
banned?
Madrid game.
How much you have to spend to get to get a person banned? What is it?
He's banned till end of season,
Well,
so it's got.
It was a straight red, man. It was three game ban, straight red.
No,
Straight
then
red,
you
3 game
extended
ban.
it to end of season.
He had 100
£50
on
for
his
ban.
name originally. Yeah, £50 for a ban. He got banned, mate. And then that's
No,
put £100 in as
he
well.
added up to like 120 or something like ridiculous. So he's banned till the end of season.
We'll see you next season.
I wanna go
Hopefully we can talk.
Well, you might get banned soon if you carry on with your Kepa agenda, mate.
Hey,
You never know. Someone might in the chat.
They're banning me.
Rodrigo, going back to your answer of with Sir Martin Brown. Now, of all of the consortiums, I feel like Sir Martin Brown's consortium is the one that's been kept the most quiet. We didn't really know any official bids were coming to a close. We didn't really know who was making upon it, who was a part of it, what was the idea. We kind of knew with the Pagliuca and with Todd Bowley what was going on, but we never really heard much about Broughton. And I was like, well, is he doing something in the dark? Obviously, they would, because obviously Lewis Hamilton and Serena Williams have agreed to put 20 million towards the
I know,
which
right?
is not massive.
20 million. That's
That's
that
less than 1%. That's like less than 1%.
What is there saying that? I don't get it. Some people think they're doing it just for a long-term, like retirement plan thing, just because it's an investment. And that
I don't want them.
Well, that's what I say. They're the type of things I want to stay away from. When big celebrities just get involved that have no connection to the football club, don't understand the football club. You know, Lewis Hamilton's an Arsenal fan. I know Todd Bowley's got someone on with him that's a Spurs fan, but the idea of the the whole thing of that happening, I think we kind of, in a way, have to accept it because it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I just don't feel that Lewis Hamilton. I don't think Broughton wins whatsoever. I just don't see it.
I don't even
Imagine
think he
seeing
can
them
make
by
money
points.
off that 10 mil. I thought he was going to put something like 100 million in. I thought he was going to put a serious offer. When I read it, I thought he put like
100
10.
million. That's probably his
How much you
net
put in?
worth.
10 million.
He gets paid like 50 a year anyway, so that would have been a smart
He put in
investment
10.
for him.
He put
10
10,
million.
and Serena
Yes.
Williams put in 10, so that's 20 mil. Yeah,
Oh,
That's less than 1%.
That's Jesus Christ. Okay, that's nothing. No
exactly.
decisions
Exactly
by
that
them.
is it.
Anyway, Todd Bowley's the owner. It's all right. We know.
All right, let's move away from the owner stuff. We keep going back. If anything breaking comes out while we're live, we'll bring it up. But I want to go back to the game, guys, because we need 14 points to obviously stay in the top 4. We lost against Arsenal. Ideally, I'm looking at this is how I've sort of set up. There was arguments between whether Chalobah and Christensen should be switched. Chalobah plays and Aspie comes in, vice versa.
Yeah.
I just feel if Rudiger's injured, which we're waiting to find out in the next sort of 20 minutes or so when Tuchel goes live for the press conference, if Rudiger's fit, he comes in. If he isn't, I'm going to ask you guys, how do you line up with this back three? What do you do? Does Aspie ever rest? Does he come in? Does Chalobah come in? Does Christensen play? What do you do?
I think we'll have to play Christensen. I mean, as much as none of us wants to play, I think we have to. I mean, with Silva there, I feel a bit more closure, like he can possibly do an average performance. But again, I don't want to start Aspie, man. I think he's too much. No, I want to say the word finish, but I think he's just too much on the decline again. Like that last game summed it up. Yes, he was playing as a wing back, but putting him in a centre back position, I still don't think he performs as well. At least Christensen has Silva next to him where he can at least put an average performance in.
No.
Yeah.
Christensen's pregnant, man. We can't let him play.
Isn't he pregnant with his
Andreas
wife?
Christensen.
Can we back our players, please? Like, what is
Oh,
this?
look who it
Yeah.
is.
There we go.
Fucking
There we
hell.
go.
What is this, people?
Listen, Lewis.
I just said it. What's
I
up,
don't want to
Christensen,
offend.
bro?
I don't want to offend Lewis, but AC doesn't need to play for the club anymore, man. We need to
Man
be
says
focusing.
I don't want to
Playing while
offend
pregnant.
Lewis
Wait a
before
sec,
offending
Wait a
Lewis.
Wait a sec, guys.
Can't be
Wait a
asked.
sec. Let me put it like. Let me put it like this: if Rudiger is injured, let's just say we're going to find out in 10 minutes when Tuchel does the press conference. But if Rudiger is injured, and we know Aspie's not been in real great form, Chalobah's not really kicked a ball, Christensen had a shocker. We don't really have that many options, do we? Like, who else can we play?
We might as well
in that
play
left
back
row- in
four.
that role?
The
Like,
You got
options are
that's
thin,
how-
but
anyway.
like you can
You have
listen,
to,
you can play Reece at right center back,
players,
but you have to play Loftus at right wing back if you're going to do that. You can't play Aspie at right wing back anymore, man.
Yes.
Now,
no,
what are you
that's what I'm
saying no
saying.
for? Let me finish
We're
talking. You don't
not
even know
playing
what.
Loftus. Not playing Loftus in that pitch.
What are you talking
Let-
about, Matt? He's
Let
played
him finish.
both of his starts at wing back. He was more than serviceable and way more dangerous than Aspie. Again, Aspie been a great servant. I don't need to see him play for the club anymore either. There's a handful of guys right now that just don't need to be on the pitch. And I'm not saying you don't play AC because he wouldn't benefit the team. I'm just saying he's not a member of this squad anymore. So you have to sort of play guys who are going to be here next year and start to give them minutes.
Who's he contracted to right now, Blood?
Barcelona.
He hasn't signed the contract.
Signed, sealed, and delivered months ago.
Why do you
Show
keep
me the
defending this guy,
contract.
man? Stop this, Lewis, man, please.
Yeah, no, I just listen. There's just no point in playing him, and apparently he came off injured at halftime of the Arsenal game. I think he said he was hurt. So, you know,
have you noticed every time he makes a mistake, he pretends to be hurt? Did you notice that every time he does something stupid, he pretends he's hurt himself? I've noticed that all the time. He's like, "Oh, I'm injured."
Pretend? Come on, man. We can't accuse people of faking injuries now.
Oh.
He done it how many times? Man City away where he
West
tried to pass the
Brom
ball
twice.
He was injured.
He was out for 3 weeks.
Oh, here we go. 3 weeks. He had a headache one time. I remember that one as well. And then he had a fucking earache. Like, what's next? Anyway, if he's fit and Rudiger ain't, he plays for me. And I know he's not in any real great form. And to be honest, he even come out himself and said, I was poor. Like, he knew himself he didn't play to the level that he should have played. So he owes us one. So I expect him, if he does to play against West Ham, up against Bowen, who we know is in good form, he needs to step up. Like, he needs to have a good game. We can't have a
Bowen shook
kind of
anyway.
saw it.
That's fine.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
if Bowen,
I'll almost guarantee he doesn't play in the West Ham game.
yeah, I mean,
I think we need to look
Chalobah
at
is
set
right
pieces
centre
as
back.
well.
Yeah. What about Trevor Chalobah as right centre back? Do you think this is a good time to get him in or not? Do you think Aspie still gets in on this?
I think we
really
risk
got a
it.
choice.
Yeah, I think we risk it. Put him in.
What is this risk you guys are talking? He's literally given up one penalty all season. Now it's everyone's every time. Every time.
Come on,
I'm
man.
not saying
We want to talk about form when
This
it comes
guy's a
to
penalty
AC.
waiting to happen. He's a penalty waiting to happen. He's given
No,
up
I agree,
one
Josh.
penalty.
I agree. No, but the risk is that he hasn't played in 2 months. That's what I'm saying. That's the risk. He hasn't
Well,
played in 2
no,
months. I'm not
I
talking
mean,
about his previous performances. I'm saying the risk he hasn't played in a long time. That's the risk I'm saying.
I was born here, but I'm Danish. I love AC, but the guy's a confidence player. Can't shake off mistakes. AC with Saar, who are young and mistake prone, is a defensive calamity waiting to happen. And that's a Danish fan saying that, for fuck's sake. Dexter S has just put AC in the mud. Absolutely.
yeah, Sar's another one that just doesn't need to play for the club again ever. He's horrendous defender.
He just confirmed. He just compared Christensen and Saar together. He did, didn't he? He did.
No, he said AC with
yeah.
Saar is a calamity waiting to happen, which, to be honest, with him in bad form, I kind of understand. But don't worry, he'll get his confidence up against West Ham. Bowen's getting inducted when we move.
I mean, they just drew to Burnley as well.
Yeah, first Burnley, and then they'll get battered by the Chelsea.
And then they lost
I
to
think
Brentford.
Lewis-
So the last 2 Prem games have been lost.
Oh, it's the Europa League semi-final next week, isn't it?
Yeah, next
I don't
Thursday.
know.
So you think they might rest few players?
Possibly. Because
Yeah.
Frankfurt.
Nah, I don't
No
think they
chance.
will.
Because they play
Chelsea's their cup
Thursday.
They're still
final.
fine. Yeah. It's a bit
This is
like
their
Arsenal.
cup final.
It's-
They're
it's-
playing their full team.
Oh yeah, 100%. What do you do in the midfield? Because we know Jorginho didn't play last game round. Who plays next to him? Because we know N'Golo Kante's in bad form.
Why is
Yeah,
Kante
Jorginho-
there?
Well, who else
So
should play there? Come on.
you sort of have to play George Kante, don't you? I mean,
is he the
that's where-
Loftus Cheek
Who else?
or Kante?
I'd rather
Gotta play
play
Loftus-Cheek.
Ruben, in all honesty.
I'd rather play Ruben at right wing back.
Bro, Kante's been arse,
a-
man. Ruben was better than him in the last game as well.
No, he wasn't.
That's just trash versus garbage. They're both shit.
Yeah, but Ruben was still better.
Nah, I think it's not Saul.
He looked like the starter, in all honesty.
Sound Grizz?
I think so. There was a point where
Well,
Tuchel actually
yeah.
picked up good form. I don't know why. Sometimes Tuchel
Are
does
we making
this.
too
The
many
player pick
changes
up good
though for
form and
players
he
that have
drops
not
them.
played? Are we making
Yeah,
too many
that's
changes
good
Tuchel's
point.
for
fault.
players that ain't been played?
Because
Hold
we
on,
did
let
that
me
last
Remember
game.
when
I think
Ziyech
let me
was
get
in
this
good
straight.
form
Matt
and then he
is
just dropped him.
worried about Chalo because he hasn't played in 20 games, but he wants to throw Sal into the midfield who hasn't played in 20 games either.
Saul played, didn't he play 2 weeks ago? He came on for 20 minutes?
2 weeks
For
ago, he
Madrid?
played left
Madrid.
wing
He
back
played
like
against Madrid, didn't he?
5 games ago.
He played against Madrid, didn't he?
Not in the midfield.
Sal was horrible against
Oh, he's
Madrid.
on the pitch.
Yeah, he did.
Nah,
Loftus-Cheek
for
is
me,
average. He can't
I
play
would
down the
risk
middle.
Kante. I would just pop Kante in
You
there.
wouldn't?
I think we'd have no choice. No, I would just start Kante Jorginho.
Yeah.
We have no choice.
Yeah,
I think Kante and Jorginho is too.
that's where
Really,
we're the
let's be
most thin
serious.
at in the pitch is the midfield. It's probably going to be Jorginho and Conte, and you just play Ruben at wing back. If you're going to play Reese at right center back,
I don't
there's
want
not
to
a
see
lot
him
of
at right
options.
centre back. I don't want to see him at right centre back. I don't see the point of him being at right centre back against West Ham. It makes no sense to me. Like Chalobah can do a job. Who's down that wing? Lanzini? Who's like what's it?
Lanzini,
You know, he's not exactly the
what's that?
quickest.
Vlasic, Vlakic.
No, Fornals. You know, whatever. Like these players are not. We don't need to risk Reece James's game or limit Reece James's game just because they've got blooming Fornals. I'm sorry. Aspie could even do a job there. Chalobah could do a job there. We need Reece James further up the pitch, creating. I think anyway, but I don't know. But I think the front three is easy to pick, right?
Yeah,
it's unanimous. Unless you
See it
guys want to
coming,
put Lukaku in there.
No.
It's just Mount and whatever 2 frauds we want to put with them, in all honesty. So yeah.
Well, Havertz is a fraud now. What's that about?
Well, I've been saying our whole attack's disappointed me this season. Everyone, except for
Are you
maybe
saying
Mace.
Havertz has been as bad as Ziyech, has been as bad as Pulisic? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm saying they've all been inconsistent this entire season, all of them.
That you still have Kai Havertz there, haven't you? Come on.
By
How can you not have Kai
default,
Havertz?
I guess. I guess by default,
No,
really, but we
He's
move.
not been great the last 2 games, but prior to that, he was the man we was relying on for a couple of games, right?
Yeah, like there's form, but like we haven't seen a lot of consistency throughout the season. And I'll be real, I kind of expected more in bigger games the last few games, but we move. If he gets a goal
Havertz,
against
he
West Ham, fair
walks
enough.
back in. He walks back into the 11. Fucking Lukaku.
Is
Who else
what
are we
it
going
is.
to put in there? Lukaku. Put Lukaku in. Do you want to see Lukaku up front
Lukaku.
Again, like whoever we put there, it's just whatever, just get some output, please. But don't ever really see it. So I don't care. Like just mountain whatever 2 you want to put in there. That's just the way I look at it now.
Well, Timo Werner seems to be playing a lot of games. He's not even being taken off. He's doing a lot of 90s.
Yeah, at the
All right,
least
he's
he
not played
deserves
much.
his place. He's been our best attacker
Yeah.
recently, on form.
I don't want to see him out
That's
on the
it,
left.
really.
Though. Like, we played him out on the left against Arsenal again because of Lukaku, and I hate it when he's out there. It's just so. It's just he hasn't been doing that the last 2-3 games. Why would you play him out there? Do you know? I don't get it. Why he does that? Like, it makes him hold.
I mean,
the
to be
left.
fair to
I'm
him,
like,
he's had good performances. He's had good performances recently in those positions, anyway. So
No,
inspired
before,
that. Like,
before the Arsenal game, he was playing like the main focal point up front, hunting the ball down, wasn't he? That's what
Because
I'm saying,
Lukaku doesn't move. Lukaku doesn't move. He's static.
Static. He gets in the way. He's a fucking liability. I mean, I don't know what to say about Lukaku.
He's like an oak tree.
Facts, Fraser.
Fucking oak tree.
What's Fraser saying? I'm sorry, Mendy needs to be dropped. Concede 4 goals versus Porto. I know Matt would go facts.
I mean, we're at the point where I actually would for a game or 2.
Nah,
Wow.
maybe the lead game. Kepa can start, not this one.
But what would be the real difference?
To give him a
In
rest
fact,
before the FA Cup final.
Leeds is in 2 weeks. We have West Ham and Man United first.
Yeah. So he plays. Mendy still play these 2 games, and then he rests.
So what? So what? He can continue to be mid in these 2 games and potentially let in goals easily. Nah, for me, drop him, bring him back against United, or if he plays against West Ham, and he's poor again, drop him for United.
All right. So what happens if you bring Kepa in and drops 2 clangers the next 2 games? Then what?
Well, that's if. What if he comes in and performs like?
That's the thing. It isn't if.
You're saying if as well.
No,
though, with Mendy.
Okay. Let's say if he plays bad. If he plays bad, Mendy starts next game. That's it.
Look, I didn't agree with Matt initially, but the fact is, Mendy's been poor the last few games, and he should be dropped. Kepa would have been dropped for performances like this.
I mean, to be fair, Mendy didn't expect Christensen to do that kind of pass.
That's one goal.
Just one goal.
Yeah, but most of the goals that we conceded were from mistakes. They've all been
as
mistakes.
As a world-class keeper, you should be missing some of those mistakes. Not all.
Right, but it doesn't change the fact that he's been sloppy, and regardless of what you want to say about
his
defensive mistakes, whatever you want to
really bad.
Exactly. Say what you want about defensive mistakes. It doesn't change the fact that he passes to the opposition 9 times out of 10 or out for a throw-in.
Yeah.
Fact is, like, I'm with Matt now on this. Mendy needs to be dropped for a game or 2. Be it West Ham, be Man United, whatever, but he needs to be dropped.
You think Mendy will start for Pep if Mendy was a City? But I don't think he will. If Mendy was a City, I don't think he start.
Hell no. You got to be able to play out the back consistently. You can't do it. Like, well, I won't say he can't do it. Like, when Tuchel first joined, his playing out the back was excellent. But it's just completely dropped off a cliff recently. He should be being dropped, in all honesty.
And now we suffered the consequences. So I would take, the chance, pop Kepa in there. If he does shit, then Mendy comes back in. If he does good, then we can rethink it. But we should have popped him in FA Cup. We didn't. We should have popped him.
The only thing is, like, I don't think Tuchel does it because I think Chelsea are quietly trying to push Kepa out the door, and I think if they pull him back in, it might encourage him.
I don't think it's quietly.
Yeah, true. He is.
Well,
Some of them
okay, we'll
coming
say
out saying,
respectfully. He's
Yeah,
respectfully.
so he's trying to be nice about it, but you're not paying a backup keeper 175K a week, man. No chance.
I hear that, but like that's probably why he won't get benched in spite of it. But that's just the position. Or maybe you won't see Betlinelli start. Forget. I won't.
See, like, what's the point of having these keepers if they're not going to come on and play when our first keeper is having these mistakes? I don't understand.
I get, but like some of this shit's just political and financial as well, and you got to take that into account. Chelsea are going to want to get rid of Kepa, so maybe ain't going to start as a result of that. But
Right.
I guess, yeah,
It's one
I
of those
think
things where it's like he's been just okay enough this year to where like maybe you can still get a decent return on him. If you play him and he starts to suck, then you're like, oh fuck, like there goes another 5 or 10 mil you could have got.
Well, the last time he
got
played,
one.
remember he was playing well in the Prem and the FA Cup. Like under Tuchel, he hasn't
and,
had a
and
bad
that's
90
why
minutes.
they're not gonna risk playing him now because recency does come a thing. What you're saying is the truth. That's what other people are gonna think. Like,
But
oh,
what if he
he's a
can't score?
decent
What if he
keeper.
better? Do you think his price goes up?
Yeah,
actually,
well,
Major
Chelsea-
General's making a good point. Okay, that might change things.
What? What you say?
If Kepa performs well, then it will put him in a good frame for the summer window, and it
Yeah.
will increase his transfer value.
Yeah, but the opposite is true as well.
Yeah, again, that is true. Like, yeah, because he's in
because,
like a good form right now from what he's played. But
Kepa
there's a
must
higher risk of
already
him
know,
coming in
like-
and playing better than Mendy, though. He can come in and play better than Mendy next game. Because Mendy's the standards for him has dropped so low.
I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know.
Yeah, it's one of those things. It's like it's
When
Yeah,
we can sit and talk about it, but we're not going to know until we see it. That's what I just want to see it.
Yeah, has Tuchel dropped his press conference yet? Or
No, it started, but they said we'll begin shortly. He's always like 10 minutes late.
I think that's just the normal
Where's Jen
schedule.
gone, by the way?
I
Yeah,
think
well,
his
I mean,
internet crashed on him.
for
So-
Rudiger is almost 100% out for the game.
Oh
Like,
yeah, he's out as well as Kovacic.
Kovacic is out. It sounds like AC might be out since he came off with an injury, and I haven't seen anything about him this week in training. So, I mean, as far as injuries go, those are, 3 big injuries.
Isn't his wife actually pregnant, or is that just like a joke? I don't
She's
know,
probably
see.
pregnant, man. I mean, they posted this.
No. His
Poor
wife.
Christensen has to play with the thought of that.
He's gonna
That's the
become a
reason why I
father.
did
That's
think
cool, man. So, hey, Lewis, man, how come you never told us about that?
What?
About Christensen becoming a dad.
Oh, how the fuck am I meant to know that shit?
Come on, man. You're his lawyer. You should know about this.
Father? The fuck?
Do we owe Lewis a congratulations as well?
Guys.
Even I know Werner's personal life, man. Come on, you should know your glorious life.
Wait, this guy's fatter.
Yeah, what you on about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Mate,
know, that's
my
what it says.
Wi-Fi-
Someone in disguise.
My Wi-Fi's gone. It's actually dead. It's just died.
Oh, jeez.
I'm having to sit here at the moment. My phone.
See what happens when you insult our players.
See what happens when you defend our players? You just reeked my blooming stream and then made my fucking internet go. Because of your stinky
He
bastard.
doxed you.
You know what I mean? These stinky agendas just literally ruined my internet today.
That's a shame. A real shame.
What are you talking about anyway?
Christensen
Well,
is having a debate.
Yeah, we're
Christensen's
talking about
baby.
how we can push an campaign to get AC's contract extended.
Oh,
If
man.
there's people in the back like, no, I can't get you in, mate, because I'm on my phone. I have no internet. Plus, you're an Arsenal fan. What are you doing here?
So how can you end?
Chelsea
So
stream.
how can you end the stream?
How can you end the stream then?
Huh?
How can you end the stream then?
End the stream.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to end it through YouTube Studio or something.
Yeah.
Fuck knows, man.
Hey, we're
I'm
gonna have
waiting
to
for it.
improvise.
It's going to reconnect it in a bit. I'm waiting. It's just flashing. It's coming. Once it comes back. It's gonna get
Lewis,
to
put
turn your internet back on.
Did I get in? No,
Wi-Fi.
you're in. Get
Hey,
in, mate.
how you doing,
Mate, you're an
fellas?
Arsenal fan. What are you
The
doing here?
King's here, man. Do you know what I mean?
What do you want?
He's been wearing a mask in his house.
Listen, yeah, I'm not talking about.
Get outta
something.
here,
I'm
man.
really here to talk about football, man. And you guys need to beat West Ham, man. And you will, man, because them man are tired, blood. Do you know what I mean?
Well, we better, or we're gonna be in a shithole.
Bro,
Gonna
they're
beat
having
them.
the seasons of their lives, and like you have to be careful as well. Do you know what I mean? And
They're not even. Last season was better for them. This
hey,
season.
Lewis, how you doing, bro?
I'm good, man.
Listen, man, look, my drip's ready, man. Listen, yeah, I'm coming on here, B. Then man has to bounce in it. I need to go to a party in it. But anyway, Lewis, yo, like, are you scared of West Ham, man? Because them man are having the season of their life, man.
I'm scared of Chelsea, not West Ham. It's what frauds turn up and what frauds don't turn up.
come on, like, don't you have to don't you say that you win some, you lose some, and I don't think Chelsea fans should overreact because you're not always going to win your games, aren't you? You're not gonna always like just turn up and say, "Oh, we're gonna win, man." You win some, you lose some, man.
Yeah, but still the losing sucks, I guess.
But it was a derby, innit? It was a one-off game, and we had you.
You weren't a one-off game, man. We lost our last 3 home games. What are you talking about?
But don't you think that like but
Oh, 2 shows out. 2 shows out.
Oh, Tuchel press conference.
Oh,
One
yeah,
sec.
Kovacic and Rudiger officially out.
Oi.
Lewis quickly changed
Bro,
it.
Rudiger's your best centre back, bro. I've been saying
Yeah,
it
well,
for
Rudiger,
time.
Rudiger, Kovacic
Josh,
are out.
Rudy's your best centre back, man. You lot should respect him, man. He's been carrying your defense, man. He's a warrior,
Who
man.
doesn't respect Antonio Rudiger?
And you see the drop off between Saul and Rudiger. It's massive, man. That's why I said Chelsea need also a left-sided centre back in the summer. You know what I mean? If you
Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to end the stream because
Oh my god, he's blooming the
died.
pitch.
It's died.
big up,
It's actually
big up,
died.
bro. Big up,
Um,
Gem, man.
yeah, big up everyone. That's it. Anyway, sorry about the Wi-Fi today, but it's just had one of them days. Unfortunately, very rare one for me. But big up, and let's go score predictions actually real quick. Josh, what are you saying?
2-0 Chelsea.
2-0 Chelsea. Okay, confident we're not going to concede.
No, but that's
2-0 Chelsea.
That's what I'm gonna go with.
All right, 2-0.
1-0 Chelsea.
Everyone's saying 2-0. Matt, what are you saying?
Saying 3-0.
Okay, now you guys are confident, aren't you? Hear you. Fator,
At
is
the
your
stars,
client
we're getting
scoring?
a clean sheet.
Fator.
Timo Werner continues to score.
Yeah, anyway, let's just talk for him. Timo Werner hat-trick, innit? 3-0. No, I'm going with I'm going to go with a 3-1 Chelsea on this one. But, guys, sorry about this anyway. Big up to yourselves. I'll talk to you a bit later. I'll probably be back Sunday, actually, if I can. So, big up, everyone, and have a good day. And we'll see you all later on. Peace out.
Yeah, guys.
See you.